So today we're going to go over solving by elimination, the first part. So solving by elimination, we're going to be doing the same type of things as we did. So if you remember, we solved by graphing, and if we graphed and the two lines crossed, then we said there was one solution, and it was an x and a y value. If we graphed and we started and it was parallel lines, we had no solution. And then if we graphed and it was the same line, so it only showed up one, we said infinitely many. Many solutions. So we went like that. Now, remember when we solved, okay, by substitution, we just said x equals and y equals. Here we had like 4 is equal to 9. We had two constants. The x's dropped out or the y's dropped out, and you had a number equals a number. And if it wasn't true, then there's no solution. And then we had if like -5 is equal to -5, or the numbers were the same, then we said infinitely many solutions. So now we go by elimination. So what we want to do is elimination is we want to look at the coefficients in front. So if I look at here, I have a coefficient of 4 and 1. We have a coefficient of 2 and 2. What we want is the coefficients to be the same. So what we're going to do is eliminate y, or get rid of y. So once we get that those are the same, then the next thing we're going to look at and see if the signs are the same. So if I look at, I have a negative sign and a positive sign. What we'll do is, if they're like this, then we just add these two equations together. So we go 4 plus 1 is 5, keep the x with it. -2 plus 2 cancels off. 12 plus 8 is 20. And then we divide by 5 to solve. X is equal to 4. So we got x part. Now we want to get the y part. So we're going to plug 4 in for x. So I'll go to either equation. I could go 4 times 4 minus 2y equals 12. Or I could have plugged it into the bottom equation and said 4 plus 2y equals 8. So I could have done either one. Then we solve the equation. 4 times 4 is 16, minus 2y equals 12. Subtract 16. -2y equals -4. Those cancel. Divide by -2, and y is equal to 2. So my answer would be 4, 2. Okay, or you could have solved over here. So we draw our line, subtract 4. 2y is equal to 4. Divide by 2, and y is equal to 2. So we could have done it either way, would have worked. They would have gotten the same answer. So now when we go down to B, okay, I look at my coefficients. So I have a 2 and a 2. Hey, that's what we want. Here we don't want that. That's a 6 and a 1. So we're looking at the x's because they have a 2 and a 2. Now, the issue is the signs are the same. I have a +2 and a +2. So I'm just going to make the bottom one a -1. Or I could have made the top. I'll just choose the bottom. So I'm going to switch the sign of the bottom, which means if I switch the sign of this one, then I have to switch the sign of this one, and I have to switch the sign of that one. And now we add them. 2 plus -2 cancels off. 6 plus 1 is 7y. 6 plus 8 is 14. Divide by 7, and y is equal to 2. So then I plug it in, 2x, and again, I'll just use the top equation, plus 6 times 2 is equal to 6. 6 times 2 is 12. 2x plus 12 is equal to 6. Subtract 12. 2x is equal to -6. Divide by 2, and x is equal to -3. So then you get an answer of -3, 2. You could have plugged this y into the bottom equation as well. Okay, same thing here. All I'm doing is looking. Okay, coefficients 2 and 3, not the same. 5 and 5, that's good. That's what we want. Positive, negative, so now I just add them together. 2 plus 3 is 5x. 5 plus -5 cancels. -24 plus 14 is -10. And divide by 5, and x is equal to -2. Then I can plug that x into either equation. Again, I'll just choose the top one. So I'll go 2 times -2 plus 5y equals -24. So 2 times negative 2 is negative 4, plus 5y equals negative 24. Then I add the 4, which cancels. I get negative 20, 5y, and then divide by 5. So y is equal to negative 4. So my answer would be negative 2, negative 4. Or positive. This is positive. No, that's negative. Okay? Like that. If I went to this one, look at it, 3 and 1, not the same. 2 and 2 is the same. However, the signs are the same as well. So I'm going to make this one a negative, so it's going to make that one a negative and that one a positive. Now, 3 plus negative, that would be a 1, is 2x. 2 and negative 2 cancel. 5 plus 1 is 6. Divide by 2, and x is equal to 3. Then I can plug it in the top equation or bottom one. I'll just choose the top. So 3 times 3 plus 2y equals 5. So again, notice I'm plugging this x in for what was an x right there. 9 plus 2y equals 5. Subtract 9. And 2y equals negative 4. Divide by 2. And y equals negative 2. So my answer is 3, negative 2. So that's how you go through it. Now I just want to show you this. You're going to have some special cases that show up. So say, hey, look at this is the same as this. Signs are opposite, so I'm just going to add. Negative 4 plus 4, that cancels off. Negative 2 plus 2, that cancels off. So that really just gives me a 0 there. And then 4 plus negative 4, that cancels off, so that's a 0. So does 0 equal 0? That is true, so that's infinitely many solutions. So it comes out pretty quick, and we're done. If I come over here, so I check it out. Now, if I look at, hey, these are the same, 1 and 1, but one's positive, or they're both positive, so I'm going to make the bottom one negative. And now I add them. 1 plus negative 1, hey, that cancels. 1 plus negative 1, that cancels as well, so that gives me 0. Negative 2 plus negative 4 is negative 6. Is that true? No, so it's no solution. So that's how we go about solving by substitute or by elimination. If we're looking for the coefficients to be the same. If they're the same, then we want the signs to be opposite. If they're not opposite, just switch the signs, which means you'd have to switch the signs of that entire